Namaste and Hare Krishna. I welcome you all in this yoga session for the yoga module for gynecological disorders. So today we are here to discuss what yoga practices you should do during your menstrual cycle, during your pregnancy, and how to keep your menstrual cycle healthy. So I really thank Ramanujan College to inviting me here for this session. So let's start our session. Keep your spine upright because the posture correction is the main foundation for any disease. If you are not sitting or standing properly, uh, if you are working and the posture is so bad, it will make your body a fertile land for the diseases. So first and very important thing is you should keep your spine upright, shoulders back and down, your chin should be neutral. Okay, so here I am sitting cross leg. So sit cross leg and you will be sitting on some height so that your knee and hip bones are in one line. If I just like say, if I don't take this support, my knees will go up. So this will create imbalance and stress and tightness on my hip joints. To prevent that, I am using this. Okay, and from here I am adopting the Gyan Mudra, index finger and thumb tip, shoulders back and down, and gently close your eyes. We'll start our session with 3 times Om chanting and followed by invocation to Lord Patanjali, Maharishi Patanjali, the father of yoga. So please sit upright, breathe in. Gently bring your palms in prayer pose. योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि आबाहुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रास्यधारिणं सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। हरिः ओम। So good morning again and welcome you all. So there are 3 important phases in woman's life. One is puberty, and then the menstrual cycle of 12 to 50 years, in which pregnancy is there, delivery is there, motherhood is there, and then the menopausal phase. These 3 stages of the woman's lives are very important. And if we start from the first, the menarche stage, which starts from 11 years, now these days 9 to 11 years, that phase, that first stage is very important. So if we focus from there, then the rest of the life is very easy. So the problems and diseases will be very less. So what is that? That is, your menstrual cycle should be healthy and regulated. So if we are talking about menstrual cycle, we should know for healthy menstrual cycle what body function should be good. So your ovaries are responsible for your healthy menstrual cycle, which are situated just near the uterus, so that you can see in the photo slide also. And for the functioning of the ovaries, to function it properly, the key gland or the master gland is your pituitary gland, which is just situated back of the brain. Pituitary gland and your hypothalamus, these two glands are responsible for the proper functioning of the ovaries. So if your pituitary glands works properly, the cycle is rhythmic, regulated, and also the flow. Otherwise, what are the problems? This is the pituitary gland which controls your ovaries, your reproductive system, your gonad glands, and it stimulates and it helps ovaries to make eggs, and the egg released in a proper time. And if the egg is not fertile, the lining is shed in the form of menstruation, the blood comes out from the vagina. So this is the very simple process, but it is controlled by your master gland. And then what are the problems that we face if the or what are the indications your menstrual cycle shows? If it is irregular, so it means there are possibilities of PCOD, polycystic ovarian disease. If this prolonged, that it then it turns into PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, in which the eggs are formed but they are not properly released into the uterus. And then due to irregular periods, sometimes the body becomes insulin resistance is there. So the problem of or pre-diabetic or they are more prone to diabetes problems, and in future also the cardiac issues also develops, dysmenorrhea, and heavy and severe pain during the periods, and or menorrhea, the blood flow is more and the menstrual cycle is prolonged. And then weight management and the hair in unwanted area. So these are the some problems that are directly connected to the menstrual cycle. Okay, then what we should do for this? So one thing we learned till now, that hormonal imbalance is one of the major issue for all these problems. And for hormonal imbalance, what are the main organs? They are the ovaries and the pituitary gland. And then how to work on this? So today we are going to learn that yoga practices, that yoga postures that stimulates the pituitary glands and that helps in your functioning, proper functioning of your ovaries. So this is the normal cycle, normal menstrual cycle, and the time and you can see one normal ovary and then one polycystic ovary. In polycystic ovaries, the follicles are there, they are immature and they didn't ovulation part was missing. And in normal ovary, the egg is ovulated on the time, and if the egg is not fertile, then the menstrual cycle will be there. So now what are the symptoms? If we say fatigue is there, pelvic pain is there, and um, weight is there, overweight, obesity is there, and then um, it is majorly into like we say in Delhi, the research was there that 22.8% females are suffering from this irregular periods or polycystic ovarian syndrome disease. Okay. So now after this, one, we learned that we have to maintain our posture. If the our skeletal system, if our posture is correct, many joint pain, back pain, knee pain, we can address that. Second, that our hormones should be balanced. To balance our hormones, uh, we need certain practices. Because all these things are lifestyle disorders. If our sleep is not proper, because we know sleep is that time in which the all maintenance is going through in your body. But what we are going today, now these days, we are just sleeping late, or when is the wake up time, 4 or 5 a.m., because of their profession, because of their work, that the time they are going to sleep. So this creates, if your sleep cycle is not proper, there will be the hormonal imbalances in your body. Okay, so first an important part is to balance your hormones. Your sleep cycle should be proper. What your food intake, that you have to check. More protein and fibers if you are suffering from these kind of issues, and less carbs and then less fat. But you should be having desi ghee in your food at the lunch. Okay, because fat is very much needed for your brain to absorb all this thing, to control this imbalance. So 1 spoon of desi ghee is important in the lunch, not in your dinner. Okay, have it in the lunch. Now we can say this is the very important part of this workshop or this session. You can see the red color, the pelvic floor muscles, and this pelvic floor muscle is supporting your 3 openings: your vagina, your anus, and your urethra. So how we disturb this, or how it loosens after every delivery? Pelvic floor muscles loosens, but there are ways we can correct it. So now I am showing how you can keep your pelvic floor muscles flexible, and how you can correct your posture. So you have seen people standing like this. The palms are facing to the front this way, and the shoulders are dropping, the back is rounding, and there is a compression here. Okay, and buttocks are going back. Or you can say many people just stand like this. So the natural curve of your spine, S shape, that is missing. If you keep your shoulders like this for 1 or 2 hours, you are working, or your neck is just like turtleneck, it will give a stress and strain here, and slowly it will develop either in scoliosis, back pain, upper back pain, lower back pain, and it also affects your knees also. So first thing is this: you should take your shoulders up, back and down. Your fingers are sharply pointing to the floor, and you have to lift your pubic bone up. Pubic bone never go like this. This will give your tailbone jutting out continuously. So tailbone should go down, and you have to lift your pubic bone up. Okay, this will support your abdomen also, and it also improves your constipation, indigestion, IBS problem also. Okay, so just by standing correctly like this, you are maintaining the S curve shape. The chest is open, there is a good the lungs expansion is there. It also works for your heart also, so blood circulation also improves. So part 1 is this. And before that, I want to show you, many times we stand like this, the toes are going out and feet are not parallel. So always stand like this, your feet either parallel, or you can join your feet like this. And if you have knock knees issue, then you will join your big toe and you will apart your heel. So this is your first thing to correct in on your body, is standing and sitting properly. Okay, just by doing this, there will be no depression, low self confidence, because in this pose you cannot think negative, you will always think positive. So part 1 is this. Part 2, to maintain your pelvic floor muscles flexibility, that is Ashwini Mudra in yoga, or you can do Kegel exercise, both are same. For Ashwini Mudra, you have to contract you have to tense your anus muscles, your rectum. You will hold for 5 seconds. You will be not holding the breath, you will just contract your muscles, and then after 5 counts you will release. So how many times you have to do, how many repetitions? As much as you can. You can do this Ashwani Mudra, standing, sitting, lying position, any time you can do. You can do 20 to 25 repetition in one go, and you can repeat it as much as you can in your other time also. So two things, one is proper correction, you have to maintain the skeletal system, proper your body framing. Second, because it prevents the urine incontinence problems, sometimes while sneezing and coughing the urine comes out, it also prevents in uterus prolapse problem. So this is very good. Now the second is, till now we have understood we have to maintain our body posture, we have to check, we have to keep the flexibility of our pelvic floor muscles, then we have to maintain our hormonal secretions. So how to achieve all these things? So here two things are very important. One is your all your inverted poses and all your back bend poses, it stimulates your ovaries, it stimulates your pituitary gland, which in results give a very good reproductive health, and it maintains your menstrual cycle. So here I am showing in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, they said there are 84 legs types of asana. So this one life is not enough to practice all those asana. Here I am giving you a very small sequence of only 14 poses are there, and also I am giving you option what you can do during your menstrual cycle, what you can do in your pregnancy, and if you have any medical issues, then what you can do. So before going into the practice, just check if you have cardiac issue, you should not be doing the back bend poses, or if you have hernia also, then you will be not doing your back bend. And if you have hypertension, you will not hold the breath for more than 10 or 15 seconds, you will just hold as much as you can. And if there is no medical issues, then also you're huffing, you're panting, and you're forcefully holding the pose, please don't do this. In that situation, you just go into the pose and come back immediately. You just experience the pose, don't stay longer. With the practice, gradually it will come on your own. Okay, so these are the few instructions you will focus. And any kind of a knee issue, if you are getting any needling pain in your joint, just avoid that pose. Okay, so one important standing pose is Trikonasana or Utthita Trikonasana, or you can say that triangle pose. It massages your pelvic region, or the sometimes there is very severe pain during menstrual cycle, it also prevents that. So now I am going to show you the Trikonasana, how you will be doing in your pregnancy. This pose you can do in your pregnancy also, in all 3 trimesters, and how you will be doing this in your menstrual cycle. So please see. So for this you have to, for Trikonasana, you have to open your legs this way. You will take your right foot out. So you are turning your right foot out from the groin area. So many times we unknowingly do this. We just turn our body to the right side. So you have to resist this. From here you are turning this, your arms at your shoulder level, and back leg little bit toes in and heel out, and with exhale you are going to do the lateral bending. You are not bending forward and back, it is the lateral bending. This way you are going, and you will reach where you are reaching easily. It could be your thigh, it could be your knee, it could be your shin bone, it could be your ankle. Okay, this way, and resist. Though we have tendency to bend forward like this, so you have to open it, and you have to stay in the pose in normal inhalation, normal exhalation. So what is the duration? 5 or 10 seconds. And if you don't have any neck issue, then you will just look straight and then you will turn. You will look up. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. This way. And with inhale gently you will come up this way. Same way you have to do from the left side also. Now I am showing you during your pregnancy or during your menstrual cycle how you can use the chair, or same way you can use the wall to do this pose, to perform this pose. And if you have a low back issue, okay, or any knee issue, then also you can use the chair this way. So again, feet are parallel, taking the right foot out, and now instead of taking your hand on your leg, you are using the chair. So you will inhale, and with exhale you are reaching. Either you can hold the seat of the chair or you can hold the arm of the chair this way, and then gently turn. During pregnancy and during your menstrual cycle, you will keep your abdominal muscles very soft and relaxed. And then inhale, come up. This way you will be performing the Trikonasana during your menstrual cycle, and then gently you will come back. Okay. Now the next and very important pose is downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana, or in many yoga schools they call it Parvatasana. In this also I will be showing you 2-3 ways how you can do. So for the normal practitioner, there are many ways to go into the pose also, but here I am showing you for the beginner level. You will keep your fingers open, you will press your palms very well, you will tuck your toes in, and first you will lift your knees up, and then you will take your chest towards your thighs. If you are a beginner, please keep your heels up, and you are taking your tailbone down and sitting bones up towards the ceiling. You are not holding the breath, and after practice you can keep your heels down this way. Adho Mukha Svanasana. But still the abdomen is soft, we are not tensing it, we are not tightening it. Normal inhalation, normal exhalation. This way, 5 to 10 seconds you will be holding, and then gently you will drop your knee and you will come back. Okay. If you have a cardiac issue, if you have a neck pain, if you have a hypertension, and in periods you will be doing with support of this prop, you will relax your forehead on the edge of this bolster, and this way you will be going downward facing dog. You are resting here. Normal inhalation, normal exhalation. If you have hyperextended arms, you will gently bend your elbows this way, and then you will come down. Okay. If this is also not achievable, not doable for you, then you can do this pose on the chair, and during pregnancy also you can do this way. So what you will be doing? You will be holding the chair, you can hold the arms, you can hold the seat this way, and you can walk back, and same action, chest is going towards your thighs, heels down. Okay, and this way you are resting. Breathe in and breathe out. Just check, just like my chair slides, you can keep the chair against the wall, or you can use your mat so that it don't goes back, and this way you are doing downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and then gently you can walk forward and come up. Okay, and now forward bend. All standing or seated forward bends, it improves the blood circulation around your ovaries and uterus area. Okay, So seated forward bends. Before that, seated and standing forward bends are this Paschimottanasana and Padhastasana. So I will show you, because the chair is here, I am showing this you first. So how to do on the chair and how to do on the floor. Okay. So first the standing one, you have to keep your feet parallel. Unless and until you are a very good practitioner, it's better to keep the feet parallel instead of the joining the feet this way. The action is coming from your outer hips. Okay. The action is not coming from your lower back. The action is coming from your outer hips. So from here you will inhale, you will lift your arms up. Remember that point, tailbone in, pubic bone up. You will lift your front thighs up. You will press your feet very well. So inner and outer foot, there is an even stretch, and then with exhale you are going down. With exhale you are going down. With exhale you are going down. It is completely okay if your hand reaches here, reaches here, reaches here, reaches here. If it is too tough for you, then you can use the bolster or yoga brick or any object at your home that gives you support this way. Okay. Then if you are able to reach here, don't force yourself to touch the shin bone immediately. You can start from here, back should not rounded, chest forward, and maintaining this length. You are stretching, you are lifting the front thigh up, you will hold the heels this way, elbows out. Just stay here for few seconds. Inhale, exhale, keep the necks, relax. If you have low blood pressure, then don't stay in this pose longer. You will just immediately come up. And others, those who can, then they will go more deeper and deeper this way and just stay here. Inhale and exhale, and with the same way you are coming up, exhale down. During pregnancy and during your menstrual cycle, how we will be doing? You will be using the same chair, and you will bend your forearm this way, and then you will be resting your head and you will relax here. This is your forward bend during menstrual cycle and during your pregnancy. You can relax in this way and then gently come up. Now the seated forward bend, Paschimottanasana. So for this I would suggest, whether you have low back pain or not, but you should be using this kind of a support, and then you will sit. This support is for your buttocks. Okay. As we learn how to stand properly, so in this pose, first you are going for Dandasana, the stick pose, the L-shaped body. Shoulders are not coming forward, roll back, look straight. Okay. But while doing this, we are not tensing our abdominal muscles. Okay. So from here, part 1 is lifting the arm the same way how we did in standing position. Exhale is this, exhale is not this. The arms are coming first and then the head is following. Both will come together. Exhale, you will hold the outer foot bone, this. If you are not able to hold your outer foot bone, you can use the belt. It could be any yoga strap or any dupatta or old tie at your home. And see, you do not have to round your back. You have to lift your chest up, shoulders down, this way. Breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out. This is also Paschimottanasana. This is also Paschimottanasana. This is also Paschimottanasana. And during your menstrual cycle, you will be using your bolster, something to support your head. when we support our head or our forehead is relaxed, it relaxes, it calm downs your mind, it relaxes and balancing your nervous system. So, this way you are going. This is your Paschimottanasana during your menstrual cycle, and you should be practicing this. And if it is also too down, then the same way you can use the chair for your Paschimottanasana this way, and you can relax like this. Okay. If you have back pain issue, please don't join your feet, give some gap here and you will relax this way. Okay. So, this is seated forward bend.